I'm just headed out to take you along with me to go to the Goodwill bins today. But first, I thought I'm in the middle of shipping here this morning, and I thought I would share with you what sold and what I am shipping out today and my cost of goods, where it came from, and give you a little insight as to what types of things sell on eBay. If you're just getting started reselling on eBay, I would highly encourage you to look around your home before you go out and buy a lot of things. Two reasons. One is you'd be surprised what you have that people want that you don't want anymore just laying around your house. And secondly, if it's not for you, then I wouldn't want you to get started and own a lot of inventory that you don't want. And a couple of things in this pile were things that we just had in our home. Starting with this first one, my husband is a hunter who is downsizing his hunting gear. This one was just sitting in our garage. We've had it for quite a while, and I am shipping this one out today. I've talked about these bread bags from Walmart, wrap up most all of my things. And if not that, I use these poly bags, 12 by 18 poly bags that I purchase on Amazon. The reason I do put things in clear poly bags before I package them is due to the elements. If some of these things are sitting outside in the rain or the snow, I want them to be protected before I even put them in a second poly bag to ship off. I just picked this item up at a church rummage sale. I have a video where I show cleaning this up, and it sold rather quickly. I tuck the straps inside and any zippers that I can, package it up with eBay shipping tape, and I have a thing where I buy these labels on Amazon as well. And I have a thing, and I don't know, I just like my label to kind of coordinate with the item I'm shipping out. So this one is also going out today. Next up is this. My husband's father was a pharmacist, and we have had, both Brian and I inherited our mom and dad's, in my case just my mom's, jewelry, mostly costume. Because he was a pharmacist, we have sold several things of his, trinkets. Now, would you ever think that someone would want that? So this item, we had no cost of goods at all. This was just given to us. This item I put in a $5 fill-a-bag sale, so my guess is that it would be 50 cents, if not a quarter. No cost of goods on this item. I put it in a bag, wrap it as well, and then or a small little bag, wrap it as well, sticker, and then I will put it in a padded envelope just to protect the little trinkets inside. I've had this next item for quite a while. It is Pier 1. I had two Pier 1 pillow shams. I sold the other one fairly quickly. I would take a peek at Pier 1 items. People have a loyalty. I just sold a Pier 1 Christmas ornament, I think last week. Wallets. I ended up with a lot of wallets one day when I was at the Goodwill outlet. They were all tossed in together and just grabbed a handful. They were pennies a piece. And this one was in, I believe, just new condition. So again, you think of people wanting a wallet and what you'd have to pay for it in the store. This was a great deal. And always think about, I took an offer on this, always think about, they also have to pay shipping in my case. That's how my store is set up. So if the cost of the goods plus the shipping equals a reasonable amount, I am often okay with taking offers. People will give you terrible offers. You don't need to accept those. Sometimes people are shopping at your store just to have inventory to flip at their store. So you can be particular, but if you can afford to take the loss, or I'm sorry, afford to take the sale in this economy, if your cost of goods is very low and you are not losing money and you are making money, I would encourage you to take the sale if you can afford to, which is why I shop at the Goodwill bins store and at church rummage sales. This item sold on Poshmark. It's been in my store for a really, really long time. A $10 offer, which on Poshmark they have to pay $7.97 for shipping. So again, with that concept of $17.97, That seems like a fair price for a zip up jacket. And on Poshmark, no returns, which I always think twice about because on eBay, you can return. I have 30-day returns, buyer pays shipping. I don't like it. It drives me a little crazy. On Poshmark, there are no returns. So I often will take a lower offer, which in this case, I didn't lose any money again. It was from the Goodwill outlet, but $10 for that plus their $7.97 shipping. Another vintage handbag is going out today. I market them for prom, weddings. These I sold 2 last week. I sold 2 today. A lot of people leave behind vintage handbags, and I always will grab them. So this one is headed out as well. I just picked these up at a church rummage sale, and I showed them in a video a few weeks back. These are wooden shoe trees, a set of 3. I pulled them out of a couple of pairs of shoes. There were shoes there that I didn't want, but I wanted the wooden shoe trees. I do that at the Goodwill outlet. I piece apart. If something is in a frame, I will take it out of the frame and just take home the print. These are really good quality. I don't, in terms of these vintage things, I don't know who still uses things like this, but I am drawn to a lot of the really good quality vintage things that I find because my thought process is you can't get it anymore. So if you can't get it anymore on Amazon or in the stores, maybe there are people that are still looking for it. Boxes are always an issue. And what's funny, I saw a friend of mine who literally, she'll always say boxes. And every single time she brings me boxes, we were with them on Friday night. So I was at her place. I need that exact box to mail out something. And I laughed on Friday night and said, oh, I thank you. I bet I'll sell something that needs that box. So here it is. And I thought that was pretty good profit. Again, $5 fill-a-bag sale. So these were maybe $1, maybe 75 cents, because I can pack a lot in those grocery bags. My husband works 1 or 2 mornings a week at a clothing store that a friend of ours owns in town, a higher end men's and women's clothing store. He goes in before the store opens early because we're old and we're up anyway, and he unpacks their merchandise and gets them ready for display. It's been wonderful because it's an entire black garbage bag, and he brings me home all of the tissue and wrapping from the store. I love recycling. This would have all gone in the landfill. I love being able to recycle, and I use this all the time. And most people don't have access to something like that, but I heard Costco right now, pre-Christmas, has a really good price on tissue paper. I use a lot of it. So this is my stock that, again, friends will save me their packing material, and I keep this huge garbage bag full. Back to Brian's job that he does 1 to 2 mornings a week. I had a girlfriend when her children were small. She took jobs that also provided a perk for her. She worked as a waitress at a golf country club. Her children were able to golf and use the pool. She also worked as a receptionist at a hair salon in Dayton's, which Dayton's back in the day in Minneapolis was the store to go to. So she got her hair and nail services at a discount and also got the Target and Dayton's employee discount. Finding jobs in retirement where you can also get the discount is a huge plus for us. So our boys use that discount from my husband. I use the discount. He does as well. So if you're thinking about finding a little something to do, think about things that you enjoy, things that you need, and pick a place that will provide that discount. So that tissue paper that he gives me, these 2 items sold. And as you can see, I packaged them up first, and I'm going to use them to cover the little pretty things before I put it in this box that I buy the tissue paper at Lowe's in their packing area. Make sure you get another tip. Make sure you get a credit card that is devoted just to your reselling business. It makes tax time so much easier. I'll show you what these are going to look like before I put them in the box. Santa had all sorts of little friends all around him. So I took that tissue paper and I made little covers for all of his little friends and the handle, tucked some paper inside, and now I'm going to bubble wrap. I buy huge rolls of bubble wrap, maybe 4 at a time, from American Bubble Boy. I'll put a link to that website in my description down below. I wrap it 3 ways one way, I turn the item and wrap 3 ways the other way, and then I will be shipping it out in this box. Don't be afraid of bubble wrap. Don't be afraid of eBay tape. I get mine through my store subscription coupon every quarter. So I just stocked up on eBay tape. I love it. It doesn't stick to the item that I tape it to, but it works great on the boxes that I need to tape down. So that's 3 ways one way, and I'm flipping it and I'm rolling it 3 ways the other way. Okay, so my goal when I'm done is that I pack it in tightly and you should not be able to see anything inside. And in this case, I could feel a little something in there, a little divot or a little hole in maybe the handle of the mug. So slap another piece over the top and everything feels tight. And it may look like overkill, but the first time you get a break, and you will get something to break, it happens, then you just kind of overcompensate. And I just feel like that 3 rolls one way, 3 another is a good method for me to do the best I can to make sure that it isn't going to ship a break in shipping. Looking good inside of here. Take down the paper around, and if you need to, pack the edges. You really don't want it to move inside the box. Part of the problem is you need different size boxes all the time. So ask your friends, ask your neighbors, use your own Amazon Prime boxes that you have. It doesn't matter. A little hard to store them sometimes. You can break them down, you can put them in closets in your garage, but having the right boxes might be one of the tougher things in terms of eBay. In Poshmark, which I would not rely on only Poshmark. That is not, I think eBay is the king in terms of reselling. Poshmark, you can use priority mailboxes that you can get for free, any size, any type. You can get for free delivered to your home via USPS. eBay doesn't allow you to use them unless you're shipping priority mail. These will not go out priority. Added some more brown packing paper to the top. Closing it up, you just don't want to be able to feel it move when you give the box a little shake. Had to do a little switcheroo here. It didn't fit in one big bag, poly bag, so I individually wrapped them in these Walmart bread bags that I talk about, and that way they were able to lay out flat and were able to fit inside of this box. So the reason I always wrap each of the things inside is for the elements, like I said, and I do get a lot of feedback on my shipping and that it was shipped well. So I think I'm doing that part right. A little bit more of that brown packing paper on top, and this box looks all set to go. Before we head to the post office, we had one stop to make, and that was to take one of our most favorite dogs on a walk. We are dog walkers on the Rover app. We have regulars on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 to about 2 o'clock. We'll do one-off walks on Mondays, Fridays, and on the weekends if we're free. So in this case, this dog is in our neighborhood, so we popped over there to take her for a walk. And then we are heading out to the post office to drop off my eBay packages. And then we are also going to take you along to the Goodwill bins. So one of our favorite ways to get exercise and also get paid. And I joked with Brian today that we're going to take whatever we made with this walk and we are going to treat ourselves to lunch. So we are thrilled to be able to get exercise this way and grab a dog. We are going for a walk anyway, so we take her along.